Hey, what's up? This is Scott with Level Up Tutorials, and today I'm going to show you how you can make a flowchart easier than ever using a plugin for Sketch 3. Now, this is just going to take essentially a little bit of a setup, a few clicks, and you're going to be good to go with a flowchart that you can custom tweak the style how you want. So let's get going on that right now. So to grab this flowchart plugin, we're actually just going to open up Sketch Toolbox, where we've been getting our plugins from this whole time. If you've been following along, if you haven't, go ahead and grab Sketch Toolbox. It's a great application. So this first plugin on the list at the time of recording this video is AE Flowchart, a plugin that makes it fast and easy to draw flowcharts in Sketch. So this may not be the first one when you open up this Sketch Toolbox when you're watching this, but if it isn't, just go ahead and search for flowchart. It's going to show up right here as AE Flowchart, okay? So we're gonna select this now and install it. So what we have here is basically some simple text where we basically have a start, we have a couple of different endings, which could be whatever text you would wanna say, and we have a choice and several outcomes, right? So the choice might be, how do you pronounce GIF? And one path could be with the J sound like GIF, and the other path could be with the G sound like graphics or GIF. And then the end result can be whatever happens because of your decision to pronounce it that way. So let's go ahead and select our ends and our start just by holding down Shift and selecting them. Then we can select Plugins, AE Flowchart, and then come to Start End. This is basically just going to turn these into starting and end points just like this. Now what we want to do is select our choice, and we can come up again to Plugins, a flowchart, and what we want to have this be is a decision, or we could do Control-Shift-D. Okay, so this turns this choice into a decision. Now we have our two outcomes, which we can select both of those, and we can then do Plugins, a flowchart. And this could be something like a process, so we can select process, which is going to be what we're going to do before the ending. And now let's actually make our flowchart. So let's go ahead and select everything on the left here. And if we come up to Plugins, AE Flowchart, or if we just simply want to do Control-Shift-C, you can see it's drawn a line in between all of our items here. Now, again, if we want to select from choice, outcome to end, just these three, we can do the same thing again, Control-Shift-C, and you notice it draws the line off of choice and into the outcomes. Now, even if there's only one ending, let's say we get rid of these endings here and we just have one ending. Now, let's say we want to get rid of these lines here. Well, they're under AE connections, so we will unlock this. And let's find the connections we want. Let's click it and delete it. So you can see it puts all of these in this AE connections folder on your left here. We can either choose to lock that or not once more. Now what we can do is select our outcome and end, do Control-Shift-C, and then our other outcome and end, Control-Shift-C. So as you can see what this plugin is really doing, besides styling these to look a specific way like the diamond with the lines coming out, it's essentially just connecting these nodes for us. Let's say you wanted to modify these lines, well, we could always come in here and we could change the color of these. We could make them black, we can make them bolder than they are, we could do all sorts of stuff with them. And you can see this one even has a weird little bit coming out of it here at the end, probably because the color is a little different. So let's zoom in here and we can take care of that simply by deleting that extra little bit here, and you could modify this chart as you need from this point forward. So inside of all of these are different folders where we essentially just have a shape with a fill. If this gradient isn't doing it for you, you can just remove it entirely. You can turn off any of this stuff, and I mean, you can style these to fit whatever you're looking for. Now this text again is just a text layer, so we don't have to worry about anything other than, we can change the font, the shadow, or anything like that. It's essentially just drawing these connections to different nodes for us. It's not anything that's perfect, but it could save you a lot of time having to come up with these shapes, but but also just making sure that these lines are getting drawn in between everything. If you have a whole bunch of items in your flowchart that you're making, drawing a line between all of them is going to get really super tedious after a while, especially if you end up changing anything. So from here, as you can see, we've easily and quickly not only created a flowchart with interesting shapes, but we've also connected the lines and everything like that using this AE flowchart plugin. So check it out. Let me know if you think, if you're making flowcharts or anything, this is a really super easy way to do it. As always, this is Scott with Level Up Tutorials. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.